What? Yes, honey. I ate the chili. Hold on a second. All right, let's see. Everything working? Everything's working, yeah. No. Anyway, sorry. Just waiting for people to come in. I see there's some people watching. How you doing today? Hope you're all having a good day today. Lurkers can lurk. Feel free. Just gonna wait around for more people to join up. Maybe we can get some people to come in as a guest. Have a nice conversation today. Gonna chill for the next hour and a half. Feel free to say hello in the chat or just stay lurking. Thanks for being here anyway. Just I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I had some technical issues that I had to work out. Hope everybody's having a nice day today. Thank you for joining me. Oh, there's a comment that I missed. Oh, it's just Stream Elements. Who cares about Stream Elements? But we are here nonetheless. Hopefully we can get some people to join in. Have some fun with us. We'll see how it goes. Some days better than others. Let's see, did I get anybody on Mastodon to boost me? Yeah, 2 people did. That's nice. In my post to Mastodon, I said, today we'll be discussing how cats' social media, how cats, oh, I forgot to put created. Oh, man. That. Totally wrote that down wrong. Created. How did I miss that word? Eesh. I said, today we're discussing how cats created social media in order to perpetuate the myth that they are sweet and fluffy so that when the time is right, they can end our existence and become the true rulers of this planet. Someone wrote, I never considered this. It only makes sense. They're using their adorable boobness and the fact that we love them and they are amazing to slow roll our domination. Brilliant little monsters. They are. Cat's social media is a verb? What? Cat social media is a verb? I actually fixed that just now. That's I edited. I wrote it wrong. It's supposed to be cats created social media. I just fixed that a minute ago. I forgot a word. How could I? It happens. Bump that track. It happens. Yeah, I forgot a word. Simple word, but I forgot nonetheless. How you doing? I hope you're having a good day today. If not, I hope this is an opportunity for you to have a better day. We are chilling like villains. We are just hanging out today, seeing what's going to pop up. If anybody has any interesting conversations, maybe some friends will stop by, get them to jump on as a guest. We'll see. Right now, we are chilling and just hanging out. Hey, look, it's the Wolfman. Hey, old nerf herder. Hey, Wolf, Tam and I have been watching the Ahsoka Essentials on Disney Plus. Disney has a playlist of must-watch Ahsoka episodes from Rebels and everything else that she was in. And it's like it's supposed to lead up to help you understand what's going to happen in the series. So we're about halfway through them. I don't know if we'll get through them by the time the series starts, so we might end up watching the series, a little later, a couple days later, so we can get Tam caught up. But yeah, it's fun, man. It's the good episodes. We're up to, she just left the Jedi, and now she's working with some mechanic in Coruscant or something like that in the bottom levels. So Wolf says, yep, I know. I've seen all of them anyway. Questions? No, we're just going because Tam hasn't seen them. And instead of making Tam watch all of, Clone Wars and all that, we're just going through that. So, she can get caught up somewhat and know what's going to happen. So we'll see. It'll be fun. So got that going on. And what else? What else going on? I'm getting stronger in my knee. Walking with a cane is no problem. I don't need the walker anymore. What else? Plug it along, you know. Wolf says that's the last season of Clone Wars. They bounce back and forth. Last episode is sad. Yeah, I know. I know what's coming. You know, but Tam, from when she looks up from her Pokemon Go, seems to be appreciating it. So we keep watching. Keep watching. Hey, Wolf man, you need to send me like a proposal for this podcast idea you have or something. Like send me something that explains what it is. You need to get started on that, man. I'm itching to do something creative like that with someone. I'm just itching. You want to see something real gross? Let's see something gross. So, you know, I suffer from psoriasis. When I say suffer, I mean suffer. I've been taking medication for years now, which helps to clear it up. But I had to stop taking that medication for my surgery because it creates a, how do you say it, a risk for infection. So I had to stop taking it. Well, I was finally able to start taking it again last week, which, you know, freaking great. It's wonderful. But it's already started to manifest itself. And now it's, it first starts to manifest itself on my fingernails. Now I'm going to show you one nail. It's the last normal nail that I have on my hand. All right, so trigger warning here. So this is my pinky nail. You see that? That's the last. You can make that out. Last normal nail I have in my hand. Now I'm going to show you my other nails. You ready? Look at that. You can see what they do underneath. See from the side. Yeah, I get psoriasis underneath my fingernails and it pops my fingernails up. It's crazy. Worst one's probably this one, which a lot, but you can see they're all, for some reason, just hasn't got to my pinky. But yeah, it's not a fungal infection or anything like that. It's nothing bacteria or anything like that. It's just strictly the psoriasis, the dead skin pushing up. And it's pushing on my nails. So taking my injections again. And hopefully it'll clear up in a couple of months, but I got to live with these nails for a couple of months. It sucks. Wolf says the last season of Clone Wars, he bounced back and forth episodes. Oh, yeah, I already read that. I forgot. Yeah, you're right. I seen it, just said. But yeah, the nails. So hopefully, give me a couple of months. That'll be gone. That'll be nice. I dread the day that I lose my insurance and I can't have that medication anymore because, oh, my psoriasis, it'll come back with a vengeance. Anywho, yeah, get something to me, man. Let me know what your idea for the podcast is, because I'm down. I am down, baby. Just hanging out. I know you're probably working right now. Oh, I forgot to get water. I had a drink. I'll get it next time I get up. Give me some water. I am Mr. Funky Dude, champion of water. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Champion of water. What else going on? say that a lot. What else is going on? Because I'm trying to think of shit to talk about. Let's talk about how cats are taking over social media, or have they created social media? It's a plan, I tell you. Cats are out to dominate us all. They're just trying to pretend to be cute and fluffy, but their real plan is a total annihilation and control of humanity. Social media was created by cats in order for them to perpetuate the idea that they're just cute and fluffy, lazy little things. But in true cat form, they are little murderers, little killers. Cannot trust a cat. And here's how you know that. Here's how you know. If you leave a person dead on their floor in their house with a dog, the dog will lie next to them, right? And probably die alongside them. This has been noted several times, right, throughout history. But a cat, if you die in your house with your cats will start eating you. They'll start with your face. That's the first thing they start with, your soft cheeks and nose. And they eat you as time goes on. I think this tells you a lot about cats. Tells us all we need to know about cats. Cats, I don't know. I applaud them for their ingenuity, but I'm on to them. I'm on to them, cats. Can't fool me. Their little whiskers and beans and claws. I know what they're up to. Can't fool me at all. Don't try, cats. What's up, Shub? How you doing today? I hope you're having a great day today. And if not, I hope this is an opportunity for you to have a better day. Thanks for popping in here. Saying hi. I am doing better than some, not as good as others. I'm hanging out there trying to do my best, just like everybody else in the world. How you doing, Shub? Let us know where you're coming from, what part of the world you hail from, and welcome to the chat. We're just chilling. We're here to, you are from India. Interesting. Haven't had anybody from India here for a long time, a couple years. But I'm glad you stopped in. My name is Mr. Funky Dude. If you don't know who I am, probably don't. I am a live streamer, part-time. Well, whenever I can get around to it. Trying to get on a better schedule. And this live stream is basically a conversation between me and you and whoever wants to come in and talk. You know, where we can discuss what's going on in the world. We avoid politics and religion because, man, those are divisive topics. But we're mostly here to lift each other up, to, how do you say it? Encourage each other to do more, to do better, to live our best lives. That kind of thing. You are way more energetic. Well, you know, it kind of goes with the whole thing, too. And, you know, the ADHD doesn't hurt either. So, you know, that works out in my favor. You think I am 48 or 55? Oh, I'm right about the middle. Wait, how old am I? No, you're off by one. I'm 54. I had to stop and count how old I was there for a second. How sad is that? Yeah, I'm 54. But, you know, because I don't plan on dying anytime soon, I like to think of myself as a teenager. Because, hey, if I don't die until I'm 200, then 100 is midlife, right? That's how that works. You're 21. Okay, 21. No problem. Thanks for hanging out. And how is India these days? How is your life? Are you living in India? Are you living anywhere else? Life treating you well? I hope it is. I am best known on Twitch as well. I used to be known on Twitch as Twitch dad. YouTube, not so much, but and my whole thing is if you need any advice on anything, I'm also here to help you with that. I'm not saying I know everything. My advice is sometimes good, sometimes bad. That's up for you to decide. But as you get the idea, this live stream is all about the audience, all about the people, all about bringing us all together, talking about what we all have in common, no matter where we are in the world, right? That's the best thing, is understanding that no matter where we are in the world, we all have things in common, you know? All right, I need some advice. I need your advice. All right, what's up? You say I'm a graphic designer and video editor. Okay, that's cool. Here's are you afraid of your job getting taken over by AI? Man, have you seen some of the AI video editing that's just come out in the last couple of months? Jesus. They got AI now that'll do like half the job for you. It's crazy. I like your setup and your style. Okay, thanks. Yeah. I'm using a service called EVMux. EVMux is how I live stream. It lets me multi-stream to different places. Also lets me do everything from the browser. So I set all this up myself, created this all myself for the browser, from the scene switches, you know, to all I got to do is hit little buttons and I can switch scenes, you know, boom, like that. So it works pretty nice. It works pretty good. You're looking for jobs? Yeah, a lot of people are these days, right? AI is nothing in front of a professional editor. Well, yeah, not yet. But I mean, I would be. Oh man, I just can't imagine. I think AI is going to take a lot of jobs. A lot of people are going to have to diversify. I think a lot of people will end up having to promote themselves as live and not AI, as in order to get that human touch. You know, get that human. How do you say it? You know, feeling to it. Like the difference between art that's made by AI and art that's made by a person. Art that's made by a person is always going to sell for more because it has that humanity in the art that people really want, right? They want to feel attached to, that a human made this art, that this beautiful thing wasn't made by some calculating AI, but it was made by a human, you know, a person with lives and a history and what have you. That's what people want, you know? And I think that coming ahead, as AI gets more sophisticated, that's how people are going to have to promote themselves. That's how you're going to have to promote yourself, you know, as having that human touch, as having more than AI. But I think like a lot of basic things, like, let's be honest, a lot of basic video editing for most people that are making like YouTube videos, because I make YouTube videos, you know, TikTok, stuff like that. And I'll be right honest with you. The majority of the time I spend editing my videos is getting rid of blank space, getting rid of where there's no sound, right? When there's long pauses, things like that, you know, chopping those up and cutting those out. And AI can do that now, you know? So that really leaves a lot of time for me to cut and edit, putting things where I want them to be, you know, but that saves a lot of time for people, you know? So he's also telling me how much I should charge for my works, and are you interested to see my works? No, I'm not interested. I don't need any video editing or anything like that. I'm handling that on my own for right now. Too small. Maybe someday when I get bigger. Not right now. Wolf says, I want a pitcher, not a belly itcher. Go for it. How's work today, Wolf? Things going all right? Shub says, AI can help small things, but on large scale it fails. Absolutely. Right now. What's it going to be in a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, you know? You know what I mean? We don't know what it's going to be. At least you may see my works. Well, are they, you're on YouTube. Are they in your YouTube channel? Maybe I'll check them out later on. Whoop says, good, just got off. Well, wait, we're talking work, right? You just got off work? Good, good, good. I got to clarify with you, man. Wolf, I don't know if you heard earlier. You got to send me a thing about, like, write up something about what you want the podcast to be about so we can get working on that. I want to we got to do that podcast you were talking about, man. I'm down for something creative to work with someone else. My friend who I was planning on doing a podcast with at the beginning of the summer. I mean, he wanted to, but his life has just pulled him in a direction where he just doesn't have the time. And I get it. That just happens. Sometimes life takes you in directions that you don't expect to go in, and you can either try to fight it or you can just go with the flow and see where it takes you. And I told him, hey, look, go with the flow, see where it takes you, because that's where life seems to be doing for you. He's just got all this stuff going on. He's got health issues going on. He's got work issues going on, all this other stuff. He just doesn't have the time. So we pretty much put that in the box, and I don't think we're going to do that. So I'm looking for someone else to do a podcast with that we can have fun, talk with each other, inviting other people in. I've got the whole setup for us for doing both video and podcast at the same time. We can do it here. It's really, it'll be easy for us to do. Obviously I'll set up a whole different kind of look for it and all that, what it'll be. But yeah, man, I'm itching to do something creative. I want to put the money I spent on EV Mux to to good use. You know what I mean? Well, it says doesn't matter. The lizard people will take over by then. What do you mean will take over, sir? And it's not going to be the lizard people that take over. It will be the cats. How much, Shub says, okay, I want to ask one thing. How much can I earn in a month? I don't know. I've never paid for a video editor, so I don't know, or graphics designer. I don't know how much they charge. That's up for you to decide. You got to decide what your time is worth. Find out what the going rate is, right? That's what you need to do, is just look up the going rate. Google the going rate for video editors for like, and see how much you should be charging. Wolf. $1 billion. That's what it is in any market. You have to figure out what the going rate is. Figure out if you're worth that time. And that's where you go from there. That's where you charge. What the market will demand. Oh, I'm sorry, Wolf. Did I get that wrong? Should I have gone $1 million? $1 billion. Like that. No, Shub. Do you know anyone who does YouTube and all? No, Shub. Can't help you with that. Not really. Not anybody that's big enough that they would be looking for an editor. You know what I would start, Shub? I'll give you here's my advice for you. I would start on Fiverr. Go to Fiverr, create your account, promote yourself as a video editor. Look at what other people are charging for the same thing, right? And then charge, accordingly. Then once after a little while, you got some more experience under your belt and you have people that you've been working for, and you can show that that's what you've been doing, that you've done, you can show I've done this editing for this person, stuff like that. Then maybe you could start charging more or start, doing it privately. But I would start at Fiverr. Honestly. That's where I would start. Probably the best only advice I can give you about it would be starting on Fiverr. Promote yourself there. Woof. We pay our editor in waffles and broken dreams. I am the editor, and he's exactly right. I couldn't have said it better myself, Wolf. Thank you. I don't find Fiverr the best. I see there are people who are doing, well, scams are everywhere, dude. And I've used Fiverr before. In fact, if you look over here, see that graphic right over there, the picture of me, I bought that off Fiverr years ago. I've used Fiverr lots of times for different things, and I've recommended Fiverr to my friends to use them for things like graphics and other things. And it's just about, every place has their scam people, but you just have to be smart and look out and promote yourself as being legit. If you're a legit good video editor and graphics designer, then you should be able to promote that and show that, How much does it cost, right? How much does it cost? What, for you to be on Fiverr is free. It doesn't cost you anything to be on Fiverr. People pay for your service. Simple as that. It doesn't cost you anything to sell your stuff from Fiverr. It's free. They make my no. Oh, the logo. Yeah, that cost me. I got it like 5-6 years ago, and if I remember correctly, I paid $40 for it, something like that. But I also got different sizes. I got different variations. Some that had a brown background, some that had a transparent background. All media ready, and that I could put on shirts and stuff like that. That I had the rights. That I also had the copyright to as well. So for $40, I think that's right about. I feel like it's about $45, something like that. It was a pretty good deal. I felt very good with it. I liked the art. I liked what I got back. I felt that took him like 2 or 3 days for it, and I had to make one correction. It was great. Like I said, Fiverr's pretty good. I've used it. I've recommended it to other people. Like I said, if you're gonna sell your stuff, I would start there or somewhere like that. Somewhere where you can put something up for free, cast your net, so to speak. Throw your line out into the sea and see what bites. Otherwise, what you got to do is you got to start working word of mouth. You got to, talk to more people and try to get people to your friends to promote you to other people as a video editor or graphics designer. If you're doing graphics, make sure that your design, make sure you're putting your work out on social media so other people can see it. I highly recommend Mastodon or PixelFed for that. Can I earn 1,000, 4,000 miles? I have no idea. I have no idea what video editors make. I'm sure you could earn as much as your workflow and your price allowed you to. Whatever you're charging and what your workflow is, that's how much you'll make. But I don't know specifically if you will. I mean, I think that sounds reasonable. If you're working full time and you're hustling and what have you, sure, you can make good money. I don't see why not. But then again, it's a competitive field right now because you have software that is free that you could use. The entry for video editing is a lot easier today than it was, like, let's say 10 years ago. So you're going to have a lot of competition. So you got to separate yourself from the rest of the competition. Your earning is up to you. It's like Amway, but better. Do they have Amway in India? I don't know. I hope not. Jesus. I ever tell you, Wolf, that when I was a little kid, my mom used to sell Tupperware door to door. She was a Tupperware lady. And I would go to her to these Tupperware meetings where it was like a warehouse with a bunch of chairs where people would sit and they'd chant about Tupperware and how well they're doing selling their Tupperware. And I remember this as a little kid, and to the point where Like sometimes I hear the chant still in my head. How sad is that? 40 years later, I still hear the chants in my head. I'm not even sure if they have Amway in the US. Yeah, I think they do. I'm pretty sure they do. Let's that's a great question. Does Amway still exist? Amway. Yes, they still exist. What do you know? They do still exist. Hold on a second. Let's see. Get you up on here. Go. Yeah, Amway exists. Here we go. So get a leg up on daily protein goals. Amway. Let's shop the nutritional products, beauty products, personal care. Look, you know what everybody always talked about? Amway was laundry. Yeah, that's it. Their soap. That was when I was a kid. People swore up and down on Amway laundry soap. Like that was that was probably their best seller at one point was Amway laundry soap. Had to be because everybody talked about it. Everybody loved it. Like I knew people that exclusively just bought Amway laundry soap. Personal care, home care, cookware. Yeah, they're still in business. They're still going strong, apparently. Which power to them, right? You can do it. Why not? I know Mary Kay is still around. Wolf says Mrs. Wolf sold it before the cootie virus. Yeah, Mary Kay is still around. I had a friend that had even the pink Cadillac that you could earn from Mary Kay. She used to sell that hardcore. She was like, she hustled Mary Kay, man. This is back in like the 90s, something like that. I don't know if they still do that. What do they do now? Give you a Toyota? A pink Toyota? But back in the day, it was a Cadillac you could get if you were a big enough earner. And yeah, man, that's craziness. It's insanity, I tell you, insanity. Yeah, all that stuff. Tupperware. I was into. I sold. What the fuck was it called? Oh, Rexall for a little while. Had a MLM. I did that with my uncle for a little while. Didn't last because they all suck. Oh, they still do the caddy, huh? Still the caddy. Okay, that's cool. That's very cool. Very nice. Hey, Wolf, I got to take a quick break. I will be right back, man. Hold on a second. back. Sorry about that. I was thirsty. Throat was going dry. Going dry. I say dry. Don't let it go dry. What? F is for family. Hit the mark with a plasticware gag. What? Have you done lost your mind, sir? I mean, not that you ever really had it to begin with, but hanging out downtown by myself. Have you not watched F is for Family? I think I've seen the first episode, but I never really got into it. Talk about the cartoon, right? The animation. I couldn't really get into it. Not too heavily. Well, maybe I'll check it out if you're suggesting that it's good. I lost my own thought there for a second. I got trapped in a mind quake. Well, let's see what else is going on out there in the world. The big bad world. Ahsoka's going to start soon. What else is going on? Oh, I hear a Wolfman somewhere. Hold on a second. Let's see if we can. There you are. What up, Wolfie?
What's up, buddy?
Your day finally ended at work?
Yes. Finally. It wasn't too bad. It just gets monotonous and repetitive after a while, and you have to ask the same questions, and then you got people that, bless their hearts, they try to give you all the information at once. My husband, John Doe, went to the hospital. It's called General County Hospital. He took an ambulance because he had an embolism.
They expect you.
Slow down, Turbo.
They think you're just like.
Yeah. It's like, slow down, Turbo. What's your phone number?
Yeah. When's your birth date again?
Right. No, yeah, dude. F is for Family. You need to watch it. And the first few episodes are kind of eh.
Yeah.
But as it goes on and as it has more seasons, it gets funny. Like I say in the plasticware gag.
Yeah, it gets better.
Yeah, it's basically Tupperware, and the mom sells it, but they call it plasticware, and she comes up with what the hell did they call it? It was some salad thing that you put lettuce in and you grind it and it takes the water off the lettuce.
Oh, yeah, salad spinner, right?
Yeah.
Well,
she came up with that idea because she was fixing the washer.
Okay.
And so then she met with the lady who owned plasticware, and the lady stole it and basically screwed her out of it. And
oh, no.
It's a very adult cartoon, if you know who Bill Burr is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't like him because of his political leanings. To me, I think he's funny. He just doesn't care if it hurts your feelings.
Yeah.
And
he's funny.
Yeah, more comedy. Comedy is supposed to offend a little bit. A little, not a lot.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to offend, and it's supposed to make you think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's a scene where you see the dad's ball sack and everything. I mean, it's...
Well, I'll check it out then.
The neighbor is played by Sam Rockwell.
I love Sam Rockwell.
He basically plays Matthew McConaughey in Dazed and Confused. But like a more stoner version, more of a druggie. Like, he's driving his new Corvette because he works at a radio station, and he puts cocaine on his steering wheel and goes to turn and sniffs it all off his steering wheel that way. And like he has a party with a bunch of toads that everybody's licking, and like there's a little midget banging on the main character's car, and he starts getting on. He's like, "Hey, man, little man has to get his too. You don't want to deny him of that, do you?" And then they have some racial undertones with it. I mean, I won't like make a stand and say much, but they just show what life was like for an African American in the 70s. And what life was like in general, like with the TV show. Remember Luger?
Yeah.
Or Ruger or whatever?
Ruger, yeah.
Yeah, okay. This one is Colt Luger. And you've heard me and you've seen me type this. Sometimes a man has to do what a man does. And like right before he says it, the dad starts like getting all excited, just about foaming at the mouth. He's gonna say it! He's gonna say it! And like it captures the cheesiness of 70s television, because like you'll see him and then it's like a totally different person in his costume doing like a really generic karate chop or kick. Right. And then it goes back to him and he's like a fatter guy. He's like, "How'd that feel?" You know? And like even the trailer, their main beer on there is White House beer, which we're old enough to get that joke. Billy Beer.
Right.
It's
right, for Billy Carter. Hey, Farty Hands! What you doing, Farty? Long time no see. How you doing? How's life treating you? She's just popping in and she's going to bed.
Oh.
That's my that pretty much sums up my relationship with most women.
Well, but to be fair,
it
is almost 10 o'clock over there.
Yeah, that's true. Well, no, it's got to be later than that over there. It's got to be midnight, isn't it? Almost midnight, I think.
Yeah, I think it's... Well, I know Scotland's about 5 hours because one of the scurry-faced people, she always streams during the afternoon.
Yeah, she says it's almost 11 there.
Okay.
I knew it had to be somewhere close to midnight.
Man, 5-6 hours.
Man, I'm Farty. I've been seeing you and your kid on Snapchat, and...
Adorbs.
Man, your kid is growing. She's tall. You gonna put her into basketball or what? Jeez.
Do they have basketball in England?
Yeah, but it's very like low key.
Or they probably call it something else, like circles and hoops or something.
Yeah, what's another word for a basket? like they call it what do they call their trunks over there? I forgot what it is.
Lorries.
No, that's a truck.
That's a van.
Well, yeah, what do you call a trunk though? Like
trunk. I thought you said truck.
No, trunk. They call the trunk the boot.
The bootay.
The boot or something like that. There's another word I can't think of all.
Yeah. Anyway, back to F is for Family. Even on the trailer for it, there's these news. They're like at a sports event or something. This guy's like, "I don't like to drink and drive, but when I do, I drink White House beer."
White House beer.
Netball.
What is that? Oh, netball? Is that basketball?
I told you.
Netball. Is that a real thing?
Well, it's like that meme that you and I have probably both seen 100 times, where it's like a piece of wood and it says 3 dicks or decks or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And somebody says Americans will use anything but the metric system, and they said come within 40 decks of Americans say that. Oh, I love you too, Farty. I miss talking to you.
Yeah. Well, I
hope everything is well for you over there across the pond. I joke and I kid. I actually love Britain. I'd love to get a Union Jack flag to hang up in the basement somewhere.
Yeah, I think she probably took off already.
Probably. She's like, "Love you guys. Bye." Click.
Bye. Kiss, kiss.
Smoochy noochies. That was my only regret about not going to Texas a few months ago.
What?
Because I got sick. Was I was supposed to meet Jay and Silent Bob.
Ooh, that would have been fun.
Oh, yeah. So I would have looked at him and been like, motherfuck.
I wonder how many times they get that.
Yeah. Actually, I would actually talk to them like normal. I've actually talked to Jay Muse because he streams too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, him and Brian Halloran, the guy, Dante.
I still haven't seen the last Clerks movie. I still haven't seen that yet.
I haven't either.
I gotta check it out. I hear it's pretty good.
I need to. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that it exists.
Yeah, I just finished Twisted Metal last night or the night before.
We're on the fourth episode or something, like third or fourth.
It's all right.
It's funny. It's got its moments.
I like Samoa Joe though. He's funny in that, even though he's not the one talking. He's the one that plays Sweet Tooth. He's a pro wrestler.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's playing Sweet Tooth, but then Will Arnett is doing Sweet Tooth's voice.
I knew it was Will Arnett's voice.
Now, I am going to warn you. I think it's the last or the next to last episode. There is violence against animals on it.
No.
They don't show it, but you see him stabbing an animal, and it's a dog. And the blood. Now,
I'll have to warn Tam.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling you. I never give you spoilers, but I am in this case for that reason. They go back to Samoa Joe, to Sweet Tooth's origin story.
Yeah.
And he used to be an actor. Now, when you see Billy in the ice cream shop or whatever, you know that's what's happening, and you might want to fast forward a little bit.
Okay, thanks for the warning.
Hey,
Johnny. Johnny's here. Oh, hey, all the buddies. What's up, Johnny? How you doing? Are you back home yet? Are you in the desert?
Do you have a horse with no name? So yeah, I went ahead and I bought Madden last night because I do every year anyway.
Yeah, how you like it?
I've only played one game, but yeah, it was. I mean, it's just like the last one. It's just the rosters are updated.
Right.
Really, I mean, they said they put new stuff in it, and they did put They put the mini games back in.
Nice. That's something.
Yeah. He is back in the desert on a horse.
In the desert with a horse with no name. Hey, Johnny, are you ready? Johnny, you've been hearing about the hurricane that's supposed to be coming up off the coast of Mexico. It's supposed to come up part of California.
Sounds like a Bob Dylan song.
Have you heard the hurricane that's coming up?
The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. Ooh,
yeah, supposedly there's a hurricane that's supposed to be coming up the coast of Mexico and up Baja and parts of southern California.
I saw that today, actually.
My weather app just tells me I'll get rain on, 60% chance of rain on Sunday and Monday. That's it.
Here's something funny.
Wow.
Here's something funny for you. This is one of those memories that always sticks with you. Like, where were you when Kennedy was shot? Well, I wasn't born yet.
Yeah.
Where were you when 9/11? I was at my mom's. Hurricane Katrina. So Hurricane Katrina came through and wrecked all kinds of hell in New Orleans as poor people and animals and all that.
Sure.
Well, then the hurricane system traveled north. And it actually, I watched that system go all the way north to Omaha, and I was outside.
Damn.
And it basically just went, and that was it for water.
It just went dead.
Yep. It sprinkled on me like 10 drops. I'm like, huh. That's all you got?
That's all you got, God. That's all you got.
Lieutenant Dan, I believe you've lost your mind.
Yeah.
Dan, ice cream.
Well, they keep saying, the weather people are saying the hurricane's gonna hit, California in 3 or 4 days, but all their maps show is hitting Baja California.
Well, that's part of California.
No one cares about Baja California. Absolutely nobody cares about Baja. Baja California could sink into the ocean and no one would care.
I disagree. 2 reasons.
Why?
Well, 3 reasons. There are people that live there.
Of course, I know.
1, 2, the races.
Oh, the flats? for the
Yeah,
races.
and they
Yeah.
do the Baja racing and all that.
Yeah.
And then 3, and probably most importantly, where else are we going to get our blast from?
Your Baja Blast. Yeah, that's a huge concern.
Yeah.
Like it. I don't know. I just Baja is like the ugly redheaded stepchild of California.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like we know it's
Nebraska
there, we
calls that
acknowledge
Iowa.
it, but there's no one. If you ask anybody, let's put it like this: there's no one in California where you ask them where do you want to spend your vacation. I've never heard anybody say Baja.
Yeah, usually it's like, at the
unless
beach,
they're racing or they're going fishing.
or going to get some dew.
Racing or fishing, that's it.
Or dew.
Or do
Yeah, you're right though, because normally I'm going to California. Oh, where at? Oh, the beach, Northern Cali,
Southern Cal, or they'll talk to go to Mid Cali, where the San Francisco is, the Bay Area. No one ever talks about going to Baja.
When the lights go down.
Like I said, if Baja disappeared tomorrow into the sea, I'm telling you, 90% of Californians wouldn't even notice. They would be a blip on them. Baja California disappeared today, and people would just keep going on with their lives as if nothing happened.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, people do that anyway. But
yeah, that's true.
I do that as well, though. But that's also my defense mechanism. Is
Johnny says Taco Bell claims Baja blast shortage. All hell breaks loose.
Oh hell! Talk about nasty.
Yeah, them are fighting words.
Man, Taco Bell every time.
What?
I haven't eaten there in years on purpose.
Oh, I haven't either. I haven't eaten Taco Bell in probably, let me think. When was the last time I had Taco Bell? Would probably be about
it has to be
12
at least a year or
years.
two.
I think it has to be probably about 11, 12 years for me.
I know I've eaten it since I've lived in this house, and I've been here for like 8 or 9 years now, but
you know what the thing is? Like Taco Bell, and you can't think of it as Mexican food, right?
No.
Not especially in California. You can't think of it as Mexican food. Taco Bell is what you get when you have $3 and you want 6 tacos to, fill your stomach.
Apparently, you haven't been to Taco Bell in a long time.
Yeah. Can you tell? But you know what I mean? It's just like, for me, I would rather spend the extra $1 for and get a street taco from a taco truck, which is going to be infinitely better testing.
This is all that you have to eat. All right, cool. So I go to the grocery store and buy a bunch of ramen and pasta.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But actually, fast food, it's either Cane's, but I haven't been there in a minute.
Yeah.
Burger King or Arby's, because Arby's has the meats.
Huh.
And when I go to Burger King, I'll whatever 2 for $5 sandwich they have on sale is usually what I get. And at Arby's, I'll get the little bitty slider sandwiches, or sometimes they'll have a 2 for $7.
I'm trying to think what was the last fast food because I do hit burger shops, what I call greasy burger places.
Yeah.
Privately owned or small chain. Little burger places or new places that just popped up. Oh, hey, Johnny. Next time you're in the OC, Johnny. Right? You got to try Nex Burger, NEXX. Nex Burger. It is like a kicked up. I'm brain farting. What is the name of? God damn it.
Jack in the Box, In-N-Out?
No. In-N-Out. Yeah, it's like a kicked up In-N-Out. It is like a kicked up In-N-Out. It is better than In-N-Out. I would even go as far as to say, if these guys can get traction, they're going to slaughter In-N-Out.
I had never heard of Jack in the Box until about 1987 because, mainly I grew up in Indiana and Ohio.
Yeah.
And they still don't have those here or there.
Oh, really?
The only reason I heard of it because they had a big E. coli outbreak back then.
Does it? No. Oh yeah, In-N-Out. So
No, this was Jack in the Box. It was
Jack
like
in the Box.
either-
Yeah. Jack in the Box.
It was either a big E. coli or food poisoning, something to where people were eating their food and got really sick, and it was on the news.
Oof, that's not good. Yeah, there's tons of. Well, actually, I've noticed a lot of Jack in the Boxes closing down out here. Like there was a Jack in the Box that was around here for a long time, but it's closing.
One time, but I don't know if it's still there because I haven't been to Indy in almost a year, and I definitely wasn't in that area because that area where that was at, if I'm thinking correctly, isn't a pleasant area to be around unless you're armed.
Oh, that sucks.
And even if you're armed, it's still kind of.
Yeah.
There was a dude just walking down the street minding his own business, and he got shot. And he never bothered anybody, from what I heard, because I knew some people that knew him.
Right. Yeah, that sucks.
That kind of stuff happens a lot.
That's no bueno.
Es no bueno, mi amigo. Es muy estúpido.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess now that I think about it, I have been to a fast food place because Tam and I have this tradition of when we used to go to go on a weekend trip somewhere,
Right.
go on like a little driving adventure. We'd leave early in the mornings, and our breakfast would always be Jack in the Box.
Okay.
We'd get some the little breakfast jacks and things like that. So that was probably the last time I was at a fast food place, was getting breakfast from Jack in the Box.
Last Friday after the class, I stopped at Arby's because it was in Council Bluffs. And in Council Bluffs, there's an area over by the casinos.
Yeah.
That has a couple of truck stops in it. Now, one truck stop has Burger King, the other one has Arby's, but the one that has Arby's is always open.
Oh, that's got to do well.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a major truck stop too,
Right.
So a
Do
pilot.
you guys have Hardee's out there?
We used to. I don't know if they're still open.
Because I know that
That's Carl Jr.'s.
Carl's Jr. out here. Yeah, it's Hardee's out there, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, their biggest deal was the California raisins. God, I remember that because there was a Hardee's right across from my school.
Yeah.
And there was a line going out the door, and it was all high school people because they wanted the little raisins. I'm like, and y'all get mad at me because I still play with my Star Wars toys. All right.
I remember I lived in when I lived in South Dakota for
Dakota.
South Dakota back in it was around like the 90s, early 90s, around 89, 90,
Did you get
right?
you any bars?
Oh no. You see
When you move in, usually your neighbor will bake you some bars and bring them over and tell you to don't forget to have a parka.
So when I was out there, I knew a guy there that ran a Burger King, and he was a nice guy, and we played volleyball together and on a team and stuff like that at the park, on a pickup team all the time. And he was cool. One day he came up to me and says, "Hey, I want to give you something." I said, "What's that, pal?" He says, "Hey, here you go," and he hands me this little booklet, and the booklet is all free Whoppers. It's like 50 free Whoppers in this booklet, right? And I'm all, holy shit, are you serious? He goes, "Yeah, there you go, eh? Oh, that's wonderful." And luckily for me, they had a buy one, get one free Whopper for a month. So I would go in there with my coupon, and I would get 2 Whoppers. Two for free. That's a doofy.
Good old coupons. We had I think the Hardee's in Council Bluffs is still open because there's like 2 main exits off of I-80 in Council Bluffs. It's like in town. One of them, if you're coming like across Iowa into Nebraska, that's how we'll describe them. The one has a TA, which is a big chain of truck stops.
Right.
But then it has a couple other, like it has a Burger King across the street from it, another gas station. There's a Hardee's there. But then also in that same exit, there's like just about any kind of restaurant you can think of for the most part.
Right.
Taco Bell, McDonald's, Applebee's, Outback isn't there. BW3, the Buffalo Wild Wings or whatever they call it. There's this Christian pizza place that, I mean, you know, Christianity, if it works for you, that's cool. But I don't want to listen to the music while I'm trying to mow down on some pepperoni bacon.
That's the worst. You know, that's the worst thing in the world is when I walk.
Well, I mean, I don't come in and play, you know, old school metal or like obscure country or pop.
No, it's just that it's objectifiably the worst music in the world. I mean, it's
right. I mean, it's good for you if it's working for you.
No shade for anybody that's into it. But look, when I walk into a Sally's Beauty Supply to get my hair dye, I don't necessarily want to hear, you know, how much the singer of the song wants to give themselves up to a nameless person they won't actually mention, because it's what do you call it? It's subtle, what I call the subtle Christian rock. You know, it's the Christian rock where if you listen to it, it's obviously about Jesus, but they never actually mention him.
With arms wide open.
Yeah, right. You know,
when I first heard that song, that was so my
annoying
first thought,
to me. So. It's so annoying to me.
Yeah, and I mean, well, I'll put it this way. You probably see this quite often, and most people in the audience have seen it, if not see it regularly. People cruising. How many people are cruising to Christian music?
Yeah, right.
I mean, usually it's some kind of rap or metal or
maybe in front of like Christian schools or Christian colleges or something like that, you know, maybe.
Right. And I mean, all I'll say about Christian colleges is them women's are wild.
Oh, shit.
Yep. My cousin decided to invite me to go hang out with her at her dorm one time. She used to babysit me when I was younger. I'm like, all right, cool. I was like 17, had my card, whatever. I show up, her roommate's like, hey. I'm like, hey. My cousin's basically sitting there watching me make out with her roommate. She still gives me, come to see me. Actually, she said, I hope if you come to see me, I'll make sure to keep all the women away.
In high school, I tried to date a preacher's daughter.
Oh boy.
He did not like me at all.
That could go one of two ways. Either they're super religious, spiritual, whatever you want to call it, follow their book and do what daddy says, or they're the exact opposite and total hellions and
she was kind of in the middle. It's like it was this weird thing where she would like, she's a typical teenager. She's like, my dad's stupid, and she'd yell at her dad sometimes and get into arguments with her mom sometimes. And I think to her mom and dad, she was a troublemaker, you know, like a rebel, but she didn't do shit. She was as square could be. You know, she wouldn't even let you kiss her hardly. She wouldn't let you, you know, get anywhere with her, even if you tried to date her and what have you.
What do you mean first base? We struck out.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So it was like she was cosplaying a non-believer or cosplaying a rebel, you know, preacher's daughter, but she was in no way, you know, a rebel at all. And
you know, if
I found that out the hard way.
If I'm not mistaken, I know Sam Kinison was not only a preacher's son, but ordained.
Yeah, he was.
I think Alice Cooper, I think his dad was a preacher as well. And he's an ordained minister too. Like, it's like, if I ever got married, that's it.
That's who you want.
Uncle Alice.
That'd be awesome.
And the song would be, no more Mr. Nice Guy.
Johnny says Sam also had a severe head injury.
Yes. I miss Sam Kinison. He was great. And he was just starting to get clean when he died.
Yeah, poor guy. Oh, Johnny says, I met Alice in real life, got his autograph on a couple albums. Oh, that's sweet.
Awesome.
That's awesome, dude. I would frame those things and put them on the wall.
I got to meet Uncle Alice because of the TV show.
What TV? Which one?
He knows who the Wolfman is. Yes, he's an avid golfer.
Yeah, he's
very
a big golfer.
Good golfer.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
He came into town one time, and Doc is like always backstage at Alice Cooper concerts in full costume. So Alice knows who he is.
Right.
Whether he likes them or not, I don't know.
Right. But he knows of them.
Yes, he knows who we are. There was one time where they did a VIP meet and greet because Doc always buys the VIP package for it. Right. And they went backstage, and our manager, which you've heard me mention, Moose, gave him some items, and one of those items was a DVD of one of our seasons that I'm on.
Cool.
Ooh. That's cool. Reading what Johnny said.
Oh, Grace Hits and Welcome to My Nightmare album.
So he's seen my work. I did get to meet him at a meet and greet, but I didn't have anything for him to autograph. But somebody else had gotten me an autograph. Doc had got me an autograph of him at a previous time. I think I've shown you the picture where he's choking me.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that. I remember.
Yeah. And I said something smart, like, choke me, daddy, or something. He started laughing, and everybody else did. And then that face that I made, he said, that's great, man. I was like, thank you, sir. I was like, you've been a big influence on what I've done. If you've watched Creature Feature, I'm the Wolfman. He goes, oh, yeah. And that's all.
Yeah.
So it could have just been blowing smoke up my ass.
Just trying to be nice, or it could have been real.
Genuine.
Yeah.
Now,
I like to believe that it was genuine. Why not?
As do I. Now, this one, I'm getting goosebumps just talking about this one because it's no secret that one of my most favorite bands in the world is Metallica. Mm-hmm. I've been a Metallica fan since I first heard them in 1987.
Okay.
I was hanging out with my cousin, and we were walking around, and we went to one of his buddies' house, and they put on Master of Puppets on vinyl.
Nice.
Been a fan ever since. Well, the original Dr. Sanguinary was a gentleman named John Jones, unfortunately passed away from skin cancer back in the 80s. Mm-hmm. His son, one of them, lives in Chicago. I don't know what he does exactly, but he ain't hurting for money.
Right.
The other one owns a haircut, like a barber shop here in town. That's who I get my haircut from.
Okay.
He is friends with Metallica's regional manager.
Nice.
So one night, the manager and Kirk and Rob Chirillo, the new bass player, all went out to dinner with Josh, is the guy's name.
Cool.
Josh gave Kirk a little care package, basically.
Care package?
Yes, which was all the Sanguinary DVDs that we had out, and a couple of T-shirts. Now, as you said, I would like to think Alice actually knew who I was and wasn't just being nice.
Sure, let's just pretend that's true.
With this, I'd like to pretend that he watched it and kind of giggled and was like, all right, because I have seen pictures of him wearing our shirt.
Nice.
So, to me, that's like, dude, this is somebody I grew up idolizing, and now he's promoting me.
Can't beat that.
If you would have told that kid, yeah, one day this guitarist is going to wear a T-shirt.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Johnny, I was the first person to download all of Metallica's songs on Napster.
I recently found some pictures that from when Metallica did their, the album after Saint Anger, Death Magnetic tour.
Yeah.
Or it might have been Saint Anger. Yeah, it was Saint Anger. I went with my neighbor, who at that time was like one of my best buddies.
Right.
He had a T-shirt made that said, I downloaded my Metallica ticket on Napster.
Does anybody remember LimeWire?
Mm-hmm. That's where I
Napster and
used to get all my
LimeWire.
music
Yeah.
from, was
Yep.
Live and LimeWire.
Yep. I remember like when Napster and LimeWire like first dropped and came out. Like I was I was on it like white on rice, and the I remember I went out and bought. You could go to like Fry's Electronics, and you could buy a tower of blank CDs
Oh
about
yeah.
this big, this tall. You get like 50 blank CDs for like $20, right? And I remember that I went and bought a big tower of blank CDs, and by the end of like that week, because it was slow to download music, like it would take you a good hour to download an album back then.
Oh yeah.
And by the end of the week, I had 50 CDs just packed full of music, different albums, like
And then mixed CDs that just
mixed CDs. Oh yeah, man.
yeah, like
So
with Metallica. After that whole Napster bit, I made it a point that every Metallica album I bought, I made a copy of.
Yeah.
And then would usually give it to my brother.
Yeah. Johnny says if only download speeds were what they are now, I would have had all the songs. Yeah, no kidding.
Shit.
No kidding.
But at the same time, 20 years from now, somebody will say, "Oh, look at those. How did they live? That's so slow."
Yeah. What, you mean the music wasn't directly downloaded into their brain?
Yeah.
You had to wait for the music?
Right. Wait, you had to cook your food? What?
See, you had to burn how old fashioned. You had to burn music onto CDs. What are you, primitives?
Right. Yeah, I remember those days because I got a little cheap computer that basically I would go to the library because the library had not a CD burner, but it was like you could use external devices on it at the time.
Right.
So I just went and bought a terabyte, or no, actually it was half of a gig, which was amazing at the time.
Right.
Dylan's brain implant. Can't remember what they're calling it. The Musk implant.
Oh Jesus! I don't need anything called the Musk implant. I got a Musk implant for you, baby.
All right, I would go over to friends' houses and just like burn a bunch of music onto like a little flash drive.
Right.
And then I would take the flash drive home and then put it onto my computer and then make CDs off of that. And then when my sister got married, my brother Justin, he had Napster and LimeWire and all that stuff.
Yeah.
He basically let me download his entire music catalog. And I had it up until about 4 years ago. My external drive I was using kept flashing off and on, like it would read it, then it wouldn't, and it ended up erasing all of it.
No.
Yeah, I was bummed because I had some kick-ass songs that was like, whoa, yeah.
That sucks.
But, you know, with today's technology, it's not that hard to find free music.
Yeah, well.
That's all I'll say.
For those that know how.
Right. And if you want to be legit, there's, you can buy stuff. I mean, you can also subscribe to many great services, and some of them are actually free.
I use Apple Music. It's pretty good.
I use Spotify just because it's free.
Yeah.
And me and my dad went in on Sirius XM together.
Yeah, Tam used to subscribe to that. Hey, you want to know a secret about Sirius XM? You can get it. There's a way you can get cheaper. Tam did this for years. So when your subscription to Sirius starts to go down, right? Like it's about to end. Call them and cancel.
Yeah, because then they'll give you deals.
Oh yeah, like she got Sirius. It ended up cost her like $3 a month. Something like that at the end of it. Like she didn't pay full price for Sirius for years, but she's gotten into podcasts, and I think she still has it though. I think she pays like dirt cheap for it.
That's what I did with DirecTV back in the day. I'd be
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm going to cancel. Well, I was like, it's just too much. I was like, I like watching my football, but I can just go to a bar and have them put it on for me.
Yeah, literally she
Okay,
called
sir.
him.
Well, what we'll do is we'll make your payment $20 a month. Nothing will change, and we'll give you the Sunday ticket for half off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Yeah, sometimes that
she
works, but then
refuses to
other times they're
pay.
like, all right, see ya.
She refuses. Yeah, well, they did that to her last time. They said, okay, well, we understand if you don't want to be with us anymore. And she was like, fine. They literally called her back the next day. they were like, hi, this is serious. We understand you just canceled your subscription. We were wondering if why and if there's anything we can do to get you back. It was literally the next day. And she was
sorry.
She told him flat out, this is what I used to pay. I want to pay that again. If I can't pay this, I don't want to use it. And they're like, okay. That's what they started charging her. Was like literally like nothing, like just a couple of bucks a month.
Little neighbor kid, his dad's taking him out for a walk. He's maybe 2-ish. He's got him on it's a stroller, but it looks like a little tricycle. He's got his little helmet on, his little handlebars. It's like right on he's so adorable.
That's cute.
I was showing his mom the new mask that I made because I showed her last year. They're not into it as much, but
yeah,
she was in it. She's like, "Oh, that looks cool," and he's like giving it a look, like, "Oh no!" I was like, "No, look, buddy, it's just a mask." I was like, "See," taking it off and on, and he started laughing. He goes, "Just a mask." I was like, "Exactly." So then he had to run inside and get his giraffe mask because that's the mask that he has.
Right. Oh, that's cute.
Oh, he's adorable. He'll just come up to you. And, like when Cammy comes home, she's usually home about the same time that they are when he's outside. And like, he'll just walk around and point stuff out and say what it is. I mean, he's super smart
that's
already.
that age, yeah.
And he sees Cammy, and he just ran to her and gave her a big hug. And his mom is like, "That's the cutest thing I've ever even seen." He's just adorable little kid.
Yeah, until they start growing up.
Man,
then they become little shits.
Well, I'm confident because people next door are pretty decent people. That's
good.
And actually, both sides of my house, they're actually all right. The one in the corner, they've got a teenager, so and deal with that. But he's actually an all right kid.
It's just amazing that you even know your neighbors' names. I'm just impressed with that. So I have no idea what my neighbors' names are.
They left for a week, and I'm like, all right, I'll keep an eye on it. And then I tell them when I'm leaving. Like I told the neighbors, yeah, I'm leaving this weekend, going to Oklahoma. She's going to be here, but just kind of keep an eye. Not that I'm too worried because Christian was here the whole time too, but
I'm being attacked right now.
Is that Miss Helen?
That is Daphne.
Daphne.
She's a whore. She's an attention whore.
How's Dax doing?
Dax is great. He's getting a little more gray around the beard and he's getting a little slower and he's got to be like wow, I don't know how old he is. He's got to be like almost 12, I think.
I think Lola's like between 12 and 14.
So I've been with Tam 11 years. I've had Dax since I've had Tam, so he's got to be coming on 12 years old pretty soon.
Yeah, Lola's like 13 or 14.
That's about when they start falling apart.
Yeah, she's been having issues with their legs gradually over the years because, when we first got her, one, she was a mess, but when she was done, she would go downstairs and you would hear her run across the floor and then jump on her couch, and then there you go.
Yeah.
Well,
can't do that no more.
It got to where she wasn't quite making it, so we have to help her. And then it got to where she couldn't go up and down the stairs as easy anymore. To where now it's like basically if she goes out when we take her outside, I mean, she's still walking. It's just sometimes her back end isn't working right.
That's arthritis. Yeah.
But I'll take her and we'll take her out to the back, and then when I take her upstairs to feed her, I just grab her underneath her belly, and she uses her front legs and goes up the steps that way.
Yeah.
Man, there's times that I carry her too. I mean, she's only about 40 pounds, so.
Right. Yeah, they're getting that old. Yeah, it's as sad as the dogs start getting old and they start getting a little, harder to move around. Johnny says, hey, have you seen this dog trainer from OC that has Dobies? No. Is that like a TV show or a YouTube channel or something? No, I haven't seen that, Johnny. Yeah, that's Tam's biggest, she is very much afraid of Dax getting old and dying because she loves Dax. We both love Dax to death. And,
unfortunately, that's part of it.
It's just part of having a dog. Yeah, that's part of it.
I mean, when the dog that I had when I met Cammie, her name was Scoobert D. Because she looked like Scooby D, one of Scooby's cousins off of Scooby Doo. She was a white dog. And I was either going to name her that or Pinky from Pinky and the Brain. But I thought, nah, D's easier. Come on, D. And it worked.
Right. Hey, whatever works.
Once she passed, I didn't want to get another dog for the longest time.
Yeah, I was like that with my last dog too.
It was 3-4 years at least. And Lola kind of just came upon us. Cammie's like, I have a friend that wants us to watch her dog, and we were strapped for cash. She's like, she'll pay us $100. I'm like, watching a dog and getting paid? Let's do it.
Do it. Done and done.
Right. And it became more gradual to where, because this lady's a kind of a hot shot in the hair industry.
Right.
She goes to a lot of salon conventions and that kind of stuff. Nice lady. And I mean, she took good care of Lola.
Right.
But her husband passed away, and her husband was basically the one that Lola was his dog. Now, they had rescued Lola from a rescue not that long before. I don't remember how long they said they had her, but it wasn't super long. So she still had some of those tendencies. But she'd come over here, and me and her just sit there and play and hang out and be like, hey, what you doing? How you doing? What's up, Lola? And I'd sing Lola by the Kinks to her. And I'd play music and see what she'd do, and she was okay with it for the most part. You can probably hear her barking now.
Yeah.
But she had an offer to move to Atlanta for her work. And she was like, well, I want to, but I don't know what to do with Lola. And we all got together and talked about it, and Cammie's like, yeah, let's just keep her.
Aw. That's nice.
Which was funny because Cammie is the one, nope, no, and she's saying that now too. Nope, once she's gone, I'm not getting another dog.
Right.
I don't say nothing because I'm just like, yeah, we'll see about that.
We'll see about that, right?
I've always had a dog. I always will have a dog. Now, that being said, I don't know once Lola does go on, I don't know if I want to get one either.
Yeah, I'm the same way about Dax. I don't know if I'll get one after, just because, I don't know if I want another, possible 15-year commitment to an animal.
Well, not only that, but
this age,
you get attached to them and then they die.
Yeah.
But then, for example, this last summer, and I think I talked to you during that, or I tried to, that was during your operation. Cammie went up to Minnesota to watch her niece get married. I had to stay here because we can't put her in a kennel.
Right.
Just because she would freak out. Sure. We've never done it. I don't want to try it.
Yeah, I get it.
Because she was a kennel mom for a puppy mill.
Yeah.
My parents, they could, but I'd have to basically train them on what Lola's daily life is because she's used to a
certain routine.
Yeah, routine and schedule. Like the reason why she was barking a minute ago, because it's almost time for her to go outside, and then we go upstairs and hang out.
Right.
And then she'll get fed later.
Right.
Well, I told them you basically would have to stay here. I mean, that's no problem. I don't care if y'all stay here.
Right.
But the issue was that they're so far up my brother's ass that they've basically sacrificed every weekend so that they go pick him up and take him to their house, to the house that they're renting for him.
Right.
Now he's paying for it or whatever. That's his business, but it's just like,
Yeah.
So
it
you
didn't
told him,
work out.
every weekend this whole summer, because you're afraid if you don't, that he's going to say, well, you can't see your grandkids.
Right.
And
that sucks.
Well, I look at that. If you don't want me to see your kids, cool. You gotta mess with them.
Shit off my ass.
Right?
Did I ever tell you? Like I used to have a pit bull. Right.
Yeah.
Did
I remember you talking about him. But go ahead.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you the story of how I got the pit bull?
Probably, but tell it again.
So it was as simple as I'm sitting at home one day, and this is when I actually lived in a house, not a condo. And I hear this. I lived with my grandmother who was in a wheelchair. I was taking care of her. These are like the last days of her life and stuff like that. And I was looking after her. And she was in a wheelchair, so there was a ramp. So I hear this kind of like tapping coming up this wood ramp, and I go, that sounds like a dog, because you could tell,
right?
Dog, because I had a dog at the time, and I go to the front door and I open the door, and there's a screen door, and I don't see anybody, but I look down and there's this emaciated, dirty, half-starving black pit bull.
Aww.
Just sitting, just looking up at the door at me. And my first thought was okay, it has a home nearby, because there's lots of, people that have dogs nearby, and sometimes their dogs get loose. Right. And the majority of the time, the dogs find their way back home.
Right.
So I go, okay, this must be a neighbor's dog that I don't know about. I just kind of like said, okay, go back home, just kind of let it sit there on the porch. So I close the door and I go do my thing. I come back like an hour later and the dog is still on my porch, right? Has not left. That's laying down on my porch. Well, I said, well, crap. So I went and got a leash, and it was very calm. Let me put the leash around her. I took her around to the back gate, and to my backyard I had my other dog back there, and I just that dog became my dog. Ended up finding out that it had hip dysplasia and had to get it a new hip, and fix that and all that, and had that dog for years. That dog was the sweetest dog I ever had. I tell people that my daughter learned to walk by holding on to that dog's back, just like crawling, standing up on the, holding onto its back and just walking alongside of it. So yeah, that was crazy.
That was like the black lab that we had. Now, I was already up and around by that time, but both my brother and sister, that's, they learned how to walk with her and rode her like a horse, and, black labs are great family dogs.
Oh yeah, those are, I call them McDonald dogs.
Yeah.
Because they're like the McDonald's of the food industry. They're like the McDonald's of the dog industry. They're just very low key. Don't cost a lot to maintain. They're they're always happy to please you.
For the most part.
Right. For the most part. Yeah, they're very chill.
Just like for the most part, pit bulls are actually big babies.
Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
But because a few people raise them mean, they got a bad reputation for a while, and now people are like, oh, is that a pit bull? Can't have that here. No, it's a Shar Pei.
Yeah, something like that.
It's a poodle.
A poodle. Yeah. Anyway, I got to wrap it up. Woof.
Yeah, it's good.
It's been nice talking to you. Johnny,
you
thanks
too,
for being in here too, man.
Yeah.
Johnny, you got to get on with us next time as well. We have all three of us talking. It'll be fun.
No doubt.
But anyway, thanks for hanging out with me, Woof.
All
Johnny,
right,
and whoever's lurking there, thanks a lot. And we'll see you guys again soon. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. And talk to y'all later. Bye, everyone.